Welcome back, everybody. We're in the second hour of the second day of the 2018 BVarsity Live Coaches Show, brought to you by Motor City Buick GMC. I'm your host, Trevor Horn, here in the downtown TBC studios with my sports editor, Teddy Feinberg. And it's funny because you just brought this up, Brandon. This is Brandon Deckard, the first-year head coach at Foothill. You were a head coach by yourself and with Ben Goffin it for years up at Kern Valley. And, it's hard for us to pack all the schools, so we don't get the Delano schools in there because sometimes it's just too hard. Right. Ask them to come down. We don't, and we never had the High Desert League teams in. So you've never been on the show. So I'd like to welcome you to the first time. I mean, this is not much like Chad Grider. This isn't your first rodeo as a head coach, but first rodeo in the studio. So congratulations to you and welcome, man.
Thank you. It's nice to be here.
So you moved down here. You don't have to make the Canyon Drive anymore. How much of that part of your life do you appreciate? And I'm sure you love living up there in Lake Isabella and Kernville and all that kind of stuff. But how much do you enjoy not having to make that drive anymore?
It's so nice, and it's not only just me not having to make the drive, but my wife too. She's also going to be a teacher at Foothill. So we bought a house down here, and that drive up and down. If anybody's been in that canyon, I mean, there was just a huge wreck today. So it's just a real blessing not to have to do that anymore.
Teddy, have you made that drive yet?
I haven't made that drive. I heard it's actually really pretty drive.
No, it's absolutely breathtaking drive.
I've been meaning to go.
The problem is that it's a switchback, and if you're a local, you drive at 45. If you're me, you drive it at 30, and you're pulling over every about mile onto a side road so you can let a local just blare right past you.
I got you.
And a lot of times that can be very dangerous when somebody doesn't understand. Just get over it. Let them go by you. Don't anger the local. Just let them go. They know what they're doing. It's like an Indy driver. He's okay going 200 miles an hour. You get me behind the car of a stock car. I'm going like 15. Going, am I going to slide down?
Right. Yeah.
It's just a difference, and that's what it is. So you're at Foothill now.
Yeah.
I think that you talk about East Side football. I think Foothill has the greatest tradition of those 6 high schools that are in your league in terms of it.
Yeah.
How much for you is it about just finding a way to get that back somehow?
Honestly, that's all it's about right now. It's try to return to somewhat of a tradition. These kids at Foothill, I'm the third head coach in 3 years.
Yeah, that's tough.
They've won one varsity football game in the last 2 years. They've struggled for the past 5 years. So my biggest sell right now is, hey, guys, first of all, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going to check out and try to go somewhere else. Trust what I'm saying. That's trust what we're doing in the process of us getting better, And the other thing is have fun. Come out and have fun and get more kids from the student body at Foothill to want to come out and play football.
Yeah, it's not as if there isn't the kids there on campus.
Yes, there's kids on campus, but when we struggled like you have in the last few years, it's very hard to get those kids to come out. And right now, that's my biggest goal is, hey, let's get the numbers up. Let's get more kids to come out and have fun. And just, the more my kids are there now that are having fun and we're doing other things, besides just grinding at football, it'll get more kids out and get more of the student body in general excited about the program again.
Well, and the thing is that basketball and football are 2 totally different spectrums when you talk about building a program, because you obviously need 3, 4, 5 times as many kids to field a competitive team. But you see what Wes Davis is doing there with his coaching staff and how quickly it changes the dynamic of how people look at your program and kids want to come out.
What basketball has done so far in the last 2 years. They were great last year. Struggled the first couple of years Wes was there until he got things turned around.
You got a couple of college kids on there.
And now
shoot, Jaden Phillips just took an unofficial visit to Cal over the weekend, and he's only going into his sophomore year.
Yeah. Right.
Squid's going to probably play either Mountain West or Pac-12.
He will, for sure. So I mean, those are all positive things, and basketball is very exciting at Foothill right now, and we're gonna do our best to get football back to exciting. And like you said earlier, there's a ton of tradition at Foothill. Yep. We just got to tap into that. We have the Hall of Fame at Foothill that's actually tomorrow giving us a team dinner and stuff like that. So there's that support there. And there's people that want us to do good and are there to help us and get better. And I just got to get the kids to see that, and I think we'll be all right as we move forward.
Well, let's talk about the 2018 version of the Foothill Trojans. You start off, Tell us about
What's
it.
up,
You know-
Coach? Talk to us.
We're getting better every day. Obviously I brought a brand new offense to the table, brand new defense to the table. We're trying to get kids to do things that maybe they haven't done in the past, so far as how to block and throw and do other, all the little things that we're doing. So on a daily basis, we are getting better every day. How we're going to be, we're gonna give everything we got and see what happens. But we're definitely up for the challenge, and we're getting better.
When you step in a situation like that, I mean, how do you place metrics on the expectations? I mean,
The expectation is right now
believe and compete.
compete and have fun.
That's
You
what
know
I'm
what I
saying.
mean?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't know if you put the win-loss record.
Yeah.
I don't know what.
If I'm going to sit here and tell you guys, hey, my win loss is going to be X this year, and that's how I'm going to judge how I'm doing as a football
we thought you were
going
going
to
to say you guys were going 8-2, but
Yeah. No, I didn't say that. So,
And I didn't ask him that darn question.
well, I just was wondering, I do get it, and I guess
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, you want to be realistic, you want to be
Yeah.
fair, but you also want to set a standard.
No, the standard is, it's little things like showing up on time. That's the standard I'm setting right now. Those, get there. You can't skip practice. You can't do those other things, right?
Sure.
And the other thing is too, I want them to have fun because I don't let these kids have fun. You know what I mean? We're never going to get the numbers.
100%,
We need it for,
yeah.
So, and that's kind of the goals right now. You hear coaches talk about standards and goals and win losses. Right now we're just there to give everything we got and have fun doing it, and we're going to be competitive.
Got you.
So,
I got you.
you.
Trev, what you got?
Sorry, I got Doug Gear telling me, he's going to be a little late, and I said, we'll figure it out. This is a very fluid situation here when you're asking 22 head coaches to come over in time. And
Just
I
for the
appreciate
record, Trevor organizes this whole thing, which is it's a monstrosity.
It's fun.
It is fun.
I was bored for a month. I needed something to occupy my time. I cannot wait. I mean,
I just
we've
saw
got
those thumbs moving on that.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing that we were talking about. Is all of the scrimmages for current high school districts that were scheduled for yesterday have now been moved. I know yours was up in Granite Hills and
Right.
Porterville, so that's a little bit different of a situation. But they've moved them to Friday because the temperature tomorrow is supposed to be right around 105 degrees, and nobody wants to worry about that when you don't have to. So they've all been moved to Friday. The only one that's going tomorrow is Bakersfield High, which will have Paul Gola on at 1:48 today. They've moved all of theirs. They're staying tomorrow. They're at Tulare Union. Everything else has been moved to Friday, and most of them are going to go between 7 and 8 o'clock, depending on the temperature on Friday, because it's supposed to dip down to about 100 degrees. So by the time you get to about 6 or 7 o'clock, you should hopefully be under 100
okay.
degrees, and everybody will be okay, safe, and ready to go, because we want to keep these high school students
Yeah,
safe, and we want to keep them
that's-
going.
yeah.
And so how big
Yeah.
one last question for you, Brandon, before we let you go, and I know how quickly this has been for you, but no, we appreciate you. How much of this summer has really been about just making sure the kids understand how important it is to keep themselves safe and hydrated when you're not around them?
A lot. You know what I mean? That's one of the things that I try to explain to the kids is, guys, you got to stay hydrated. You got to, you got practice the next day. You got to get Gatorade in. You got to get water in. You got to eat in the morning before practice. You got to do those things. Take care of your body. Otherwise, your body will let you down if you're out there and haven't done those things. And the kids are getting better at that. You
Yep.
know what I mean? They're getting better at that. Less cramping right now and things like that. So.
Well, I got a strong feeling you're not going to let them down. Congratulations
Yeah.
on the new gig.
Thank
Welcome
you.
to town. No
Thank
longer
you.
Canyon Drive. Brandon Deckard,
Yeah.
first year coach at Foothill. Thank you for coming in. Really
Thank you.
appreciate it. Good luck to you this year.
Okay.
We'll be right back. Who do we have coming up? None other than Derek Dunham, the head coach at West High. He'll be on right after this. We'll be right back.